Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, she said that she's going to be expected to meet with the Bangladesh Prime Minister while her visit to India.
That's right. This is, of course, in regards with the issue of Teesta water dispute. She's expected to meet Sheikh Hasina. Will be staying at the Rashtrapati Bhavan during a 4-day visit, as we understand, beginning this Friday. Mamata Banerjee expected to come down to Delhi and have a meeting with her, and whether or not they will be discussing the Teesta water, we have to wait and watch. But this is going to be one issue which will be really be watched out for very closely. We understand the dispute that continues to remain over the sharing of Teesta river water between the states of West Bengal as well as Bangladesh. Sheikh Hasina expected to land on Friday, and Mamata Banerjee to come to Delhi as well.
Yes, this of course just days to go for Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's visit here to India, which starts Friday. In about a couple of days there, the suspense of course grows on other two countries to sign this contentious Teesta water sharing agreement in the final chapters there. Mamata Banerjee, with her state West Bengal being one of the states most affected here with this pact that is to be signed, is going to make sure that she meets with the Bangladeshi leader as well.
Let's go across to our colleague, Senior Executive Editor Priya Sehgal, joining us from the newsroom. Good afternoon, Priya. This, of course, is one issue that India and Bangladesh really need to settle. It's not just about diplomatic relations, but a whole lot really dependent where the Teesta River and water sharing between India and Bangladesh is concerned. And Mamata Banerjee, of course, can play a huge role there.
Exactly, and Mamata has always been complaining that the centre hasn't taken her on board on this, but with the Bangladeshi Prime Minister coming to India on this weekend, on Friday, we are told that some back channel talks have begun. We are told they are actually trying to rope in the President Pranab Mukherjee to convince Mamata Banerjee, because he really is the only one. As you know, the President's term is coming to an end. So in that sense, this is a big takeaway for him also. If he can make this big breakthrough in a state of his, his hometown, it will be huge for the President himself. So we are told that he is really the only one who can convince the mercurial Mamata. So some sort of outreach has begun to convince Mamata to bring her on board to some sort of a breakthrough on the Teesta water sharing.
That's right, but it is evident, Priya, that Mamata Banerjee, of course, looking at her presence here as well, her role that she's going to be playing with the final signing here of this pact. But in 2011, when Dr. Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister was visiting Dhaka, she pulled out of that last minute.
Yeah.
Like I said, mercurial Mamata, so we're not even sure if she's on board until she actually is on board. That's the way Mamata Banerjee operates. But if there is one person who can, bring her to the negotiating table, because, her relationship with the Prime Minister is not the best. She's been very vocal in her criticism of him. She's been taking him on in her home state as well as at the centre. The TMC, one would say, is really the real opposition in Parliament rather than the Congress. So if Mamata comes on the board on this negotiating table with the Prime Minister, it will need someone with a lot of heft and a lot of convincing, and someone who's also got a lot of personal stake in this. In that sense, the President fits the bill.
All right. We leave it at that, Priya. Thanks very much for joining us for a moment with your perspective.
It's a wrap on the show.